to the Sailplane Grand Prix. This is the 7th running of the final. We're here in Potchefstroom in South Africa. We're about 110 kilometres southwest of Johannesburg. Lovely little airfield here. Weather today, not what we typically expect in South Africa, but it's pretty good. So, Jonathan, if you can follow me around, I'll show you. If you look behind me, you can see we've got some wave cloud up ahead down track, and then over to the west here we've got quite a bit of build-up going on. It's thermic. We're hoping to get a race in. We've got a 210 kilometre task. Pilots are ready. They're all a little nervous, first time here. We'll go and have a chat with them, see what we can come up with. Quick word, Andy?
Hello, Sean. Well, it's an interesting looking day. It looked like we imported it from the UK with all this cloud around, so hopefully we'll all feel at home here. Looking forward to it. It's a great field. It should be an interesting competition.
First day, so just going to try and settle in. I've only flown the glider once.
Who else is going to be up in the running?
It's really interesting. I mean, they're all exceptional pilots. So the obvious favourite would be Sebastian. He seems to be a pretty canny pilot and doesn't know how to lose.
So, first time in Africa?
First time in Africa, yes. And I did 3 flights last week with good weather, good African weather. Today it is a little different.
210 kilometres for this task. How long do you think it will take you?
Waypoint number 2 can be a little long, but to come back will be quick with downwind. But 2 hours.
Hey Carlos, how are you?
Hello. Fine.
Smiling, always.
Yes, of course. Enjoying here.
So, the mountains.
Yeah. Do you see any?
No.
No mountains here, right? Yeah. It will be difficult for me, but there's 2 C's in Roca, remember, huh? For the podium?
For the podium, yeah.
2 C's in Roca.
Yeah. How are you doing, Jan?
Great, thanks.
So, you haven't had a great deal of time in the air here, have you?
No, not too much, unfortunately. But I had one nice flight from Bloemfontein to here, transferring the plane. That was great.
What can you do today?
Oh, hopefully we'll stay up and we'll try the best. Just see what's going on and always trying to win.
Pilots are all taking off now. We'll get back to the commentary box and we'll give you an idea of what's happening when they're up in the air. Thank you very much. See you later.
So Brian, the story of the race was really the weather and the guys having to turn left straight after the start.
The patch of the weather on track was really not suitable for soaring, and it's unusual to see that everybody would go so far to the left. But they got together quickly and then they set off more or less parallel to track.
Yeah, there was one breakaway. We saw Mike Young break away when they reeled him back in by the first turn.
That's right. The Mike's breakaway was a brave attempt to get ahead, but we know it rarely works, and he was quickly caught just before the first turning point. But it might have worked for him.
So going through the first turn, it was almost like the race reset, everybody together. Going through the first turn, there was a group that went slightly to right of track and another group that went to dead down track.
And as we saw, the guys going to the right of track with Christophe Abadé and Sebastian, they really needed to find a much better climb to make that work for them. But in fact, the people who stuck to track, like Andy Davis and Simon, they found a good climb before the turning point. It was a fierce crosswind on that second leg.
It took them a long time to get up those two legs, but as soon as they got round the top turn, they were really home and dry. They just needed to be careful on the way back.
And of course, we saw that the first people round the turn, Vlados and Bosjan and Simon and Andy, they found a good climb very quickly. And although Oscar nearly caught them there, that good climb pulled them up. And it's very difficult after that for anybody to catch them up.
Indeed, and by 2/3 of the way down the last or penultimate leg, they were pretty much on glide, and it was just energy management from then on in.
That's right. We saw it was a long glide home because they had 20 knots of wind behind them. They'd had to work all the way against that on the first 2 legs, and they got the benefit coming home.
Yep. And the final 8 kilometres into wind, just needed to make sure they kept a little bit in reserve just to make sure they got over the finish line.
And it seems like everybody kept a little bit in reserve, but Simon, and he's young, he pulled away, and he was just a few meters low at the finish line, which means he got a little finish penalty.
But still won the day.
It's great to see somebody 20-year-old winning the day. It means that this great racing day won by Simon has shown lots of the other guys who are used to this form of racing have got a lot to do to get back into contention in this competition.
And tomorrow, of course, is another day, and hopefully the weather will behave itself and we'll have a better racing day.
That's right. Let's hope so. Well, welcome to the end of the first race day for the Sailplane Grand Prix final. So in third place today, at a speed of 85.3, Holger Caro. And in second place today, at a speed of 85.5 kilometers an hour, X-Ray Zulu Andy Davis from Great Britain. And our dream winner for today, first time in a Grand Prix final, first time in a FAI Cat 1 event, 20 years old, from Germany, Juliet Sierra 1, Simon Schroeder. And that's all from us this evening. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. A great day's racing at Potchefstroom. Thank you very much and good night, guys.